Hi, it's Ra, Rishikabi Ragudas, here again for another astrological weekly forecast. And this time it is for the week of May 21st through the 27th, 2018. Well, what a week we had last week with that Mars square Uranus. I survived, I hope you did too. Okay, for this coming week, hallelujah, it's a whole lot easier than it was last week. Alright, so the first thing to know is that the Sun enters the sign of Gemini late Sunday night, early Monday, so by the time you see this, the Sun will already be in Gemini. And sitting on my 0 degrees Gemini ascendant, so I hope this video is good. In any case, this is a whole different energy than that fixed Earth Taurus that we struggled with last week. First of all, the Sun entering Gemini means that we're entering into a phase where the energy is simply a little lighter, simply easier. The air sign is all about being communicative, being in the position where you don't take things quite as seriously as you would under an Earth sign. So the sign of Gemini has to do with communication, writing, speaking, the rational, intelligent mind. So this is the time generally when you find that people just tend to be a whole lot light and lively in terms of their social life. Gemini is often called the twins, and sometimes that means people can be a little two-faced because you've sort of got two different sides of the personality, and sometimes they can be very disconnected. But Gemini actually is very multifaceted. I like to think of God as this huge, cosmic, multifaceted crystal. You know, you have one facet here, one facet there, and depending on where you are in terms of your own viewpoint, that's what you see. So we're entering into the cosmic crystal of Gemini right now. And what that means is the week partakes of an energy that is more mental, more intellectual. You'll be thinking a lot more this week rather than simply experiencing in a sensation-oriented way. So, we do still have Mars having entered Aquarius, which is another air sign. And what that means is that this week the Sun makes a nice flowing trine, a flowing angle from one air sign to another, from Gemini to Aquarius, and connects the Sun and Mars in a harmonious trine, as it's called. And what that means, translated, is that it's a better time this week, physically. Your energy feels better. The Sun and Mars connecting in a harmonious way gives you more courage, more stamina, the ability to face things down and follow through. So instead of the whole tough Mars square Uranus energy that we had last week that caused so much conflict and unfortunately great tragedy, this week the energy gets a whole lot easier. So Gemini has got that going for it. It's going to be here for all the month through the latter part of June, so enjoy it. Okay, so now in the moon phase, we are going from the new moon into what's called the gibbous moon, which is from the first quarter moon toward the full moon. And this is a time where great drive is good because things often come to fulfillment toward the full moon. So starting new projects now is encouraged. And then we have Mercury trine Neptune this week as well, which is very good for imagination and creativity. And that also flows into a much bigger aspect happening right now, which making a nice trine or a flowing angle to Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, in its own sign. So we have this nice connective energy going on here. And what that means is that it's a time really of more creativity, faith. It's a sense of, you know, despite all the terrible things going on in the world, that we really do have hope, that things can really come out in the right way. And you know, that should be a very good feeling. And that energy peaks this coming week. So it'll move, Jupiter's moving backwards, Neptune's moving forwards, so it's coming right together this week. It will happen again in August. So this nice, lovely, flowing trine here in the water signs bespeaks a little better sense of flow and harmonious emotional energy. So forget last week, that was tough. This week, a whole lot better. And not only that, Venus makes a grand trine in water signs, as it's called. It fills all three water signs because it goes into the sign of Cancer. In Cancer, Venus in Cancer, stay home, make love, enjoy a movie, cook, do all kinds of things that help you feel more emotionally secure. That's a whole lovey-dovey energy going on right now. And with this grand trine in water signs, it bespeaks a whole lot better and more comfortable energy. So as Mercury trines Pluto toward the end of the week, it's more of a time for, well, a little deep thinking. Now here, of course, in the United States, we have Memorial Day coming up. And Memorial Day is often a time of deeper thought about how we keep our world secure and honor the veterans who have given their lives for the country. So it's no wonder that Mercury trines Pluto toward the end of the week. It's a very appropriate aspect for it. But in any case, the thing I want to leave you with is that this is a time to relax this week, have a little bit more hope in your life, be creative, because it is a very good week for all of those things. So, this is Ra, Rishikavi Raghudas. Thank you again. I'll see you next week.